Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's August Media Works, Mr. BSMNT Talk himself. Y'all know what it is. It's all about staying grounded, staying focused. And without the basement, you have no foundation. I'm sitting here with my guy, TillmanCare. We sat down before, we had a great conversation, and I'm so happy that we sitting down again to bust it up. And this time, we're not going to just talk about his business, we're going to talk about life as well. You feel me?
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Tillman, what's good? What you
Thank
good,
you,
brother?
sir. Thank you.
How you been? How's life treating you since the last time we talked?
Great. Just continue to push forward with the business, continue to inspire folks, staying positive, and staying on this journey.
That's what it's about, man. That's what it's about. You're gonna always go through a little hiccups. It's always gonna be like a bump in the road. You feel me?
For sure.
You just gotta go around it. Obstacles. Those obstacles discourage you, but when you keep going, you always get that pot of gold at the end of the road. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Yo, tell the people about TillmanCare. How was the last year with your company? Now, you've had your company for 7 years now.
Yes, sir.
How was your last year? How was this year, last year? Because this the new year. So 2024, how was it?
2024 was a challenging year where there was no growth and no loss. Every day being the same stuff. It's a lot of repetition. And sometimes when things are not moving, that's when we get a little discouraged and not knowing. Because when TillmanCare first started back in 2017, we had COVID come 2020. We had a lot of good things for cleaning to make us into high demand. Now that cleaning is not in high demand, it kind of like mellowing itself out. So whereas though like, okay, what is the next step on how to continue to grow, keep our name at the forefront of people's minds, and to make sure that people know that, hey, we do more than just clean, we make life easier. So for this last year, it's just been kind of like working on the business rather than working in the business, continuously trying to come up with creative ways so that we can get it more and more exposure.
That's dope. That's dope. The logo is dope, man. How did you come up with the logo? How, it's an octopus. Like, what does that mean as far as the imagery around the brand? Why did you pick an octopus?
So when I was thinking about TillmanCare, I was thinking about a man that does many things. Somebody that can clean, somebody that can paint, somebody that cut grass, power wash. And I would Google person that does many things, and it will always come up with a man with many arms and an octopus. So I said, hey, if we can make the octopus a lot friendlier, that's basically what TillmanCare is. We are the apartment homeowner's best friend. So as far as cleaning out, doing hauling jobs, moving jobs, painting the apartment, cutting the grass, all these different things also could be used as their own business. You could have your own painting company, your own landscaping business, your own stripping and waxing, floor care. But to make TillmanCare successful, we do all these things in a successful, accurate way so that we make their business continue to grow and that we always go find a different way to be able to attack the money.
That's a dope analogy, man. Okay, I get that. So that means you're not gonna just work with two hands, you're working with many hands. Like is a great concept, man. Punctual, alert, integrity, and double check. What does this mean in terms with your business, and how do you utilize that acronym PAID?
Well, for the TillmanCare family and team, there's only one way to get money, and that's to be punctual, to be alert, have integrity, and double check. Any co-worker, you want to make sure that you have time for your cleaning contract. You want to make sure that you're alert, that you ain't mixing different chemicals and products. You want to have integrity because the property owner more than likely won't be there to double check behind every stain and look and cranny that they ask you to clean. And being able to double check, because just because you're good at what you do, that don't mean that you're not prone to making a mistake. You probably will make a mistake. And that's the same thing for if you're a barber. You want to make sure that you give them the mirror to check their head out. If you've been a cook, you want to make sure that you tasting the stuff and not giving them food allergy. That's all a part of being alert and having integrity. Nobody's going to be in the kitchen with you while you're in there making their food. And being able to double check it. I never want an auto mechanic fixing on my car.
Food.
No, not even so much an auto mechanic fixing my food, but if he dropping the engine in there, I don't trust his components to be all right there the first time. Double check your work right there, so that when we do ride off, we can be assured that that $3,800 transmission job is all that we had paid up for. And that's just the way how I look at it here at TillmanCare. There's only one way to get money and to get paid, and that's by being punctual, alert, having integrity, and double check.
Before the interview started, we was talking about being a business owner and working a job, all that can be, difficult trying to find your way into entrepreneurship.
Right.
What do you think the pros and the cons are of having your own business, running your own business? There's going to be good times and bad times.
Right.
What are the good and the bad things that you can deal with running your own business? Because everybody think it's sweet. I got my own business. Like, tell me some pros and tell me some cons.
So the great thing about having your own business is that let me tell you, I ain't gonna start with the good. I'm gonna start with the bad.
Okay.
You can't set your own schedule. You're not doing things where you want. You're not sending employees out to just handle the job and you collect the money. It's not the easy thing that you hear every day. You know what I mean? You always consistently working. You always gonna consistently be at the crew, always thinking about what you have going on. The great thing about it is that you get to live in your imagination. The best part about being an entrepreneur, business owner is that like everything that you do is something you thought of that's out of your imagination, and that's something that gets you going. And that's more than any money that could buy you. The octopus, that's something that I thought of. The paid acronym, that's something that I thought of. So now everybody's more so picking up the moral and integrity of how I built my brand and helping me carry that on. That's a big pay right there, and that's not something that people could put in your pocket. That's a good pay and fulfilling. Being able to help people, being able to see people go from coming home from jail to getting back in the game as far as getting a good job, working for the city, working for UPS or working at the Home Depot. That's a fulfilling where like, hey man, this guy working with each other, we getting his things back together, and he's able to take care of his family and hold it the way he wanted to do it. So finding great things on being able to help the people and getting that fulfillment, that's like one of the best things as being an entrepreneur.
That's dope.
Get to live in my imagination and help people.
That's dope, man. I can see where that can be satisfying, being able to wake up, not necessarily wake up when you want to, but wake up and do what you want to do. Because like you said, like one of the things you said is not always sweet. You got to go out there and do the job too. You got to know what's going on. If you open up a restaurant and you don't know how to cook, you might have a problem. You know what I mean? What if the cook don't show up?
There we go.
So I could see where, that could be a positive thing, I was talking to a young lady in Willow Grove yesterday. She makes like this beard oil, beard conditioner, and things of that nature. It's called Hey Baby. And she said the same thing. That's the name of the company. It's like a lion. It's dope. She has like a really good beard conditioning. I'm trying to get my beard and all that.
Shout out to Hey Baby.
Hey Baby, exactly. And she was saying, the one thing that she like about being a business owner is the fact that she could be creative. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said. And it's crazy because this is the second time today we were having a conversation, and I had the same conversation with somebody else either earlier this week or, you know what I mean? So sometimes things come full circle. So I can definitely see how having your own business and waking up could be satisfying and being creative, you know what I mean, and doing your own thing. But keep in mind, you gotta put the work in.
100%.
You gotta put the work in.
Nobody's gonna do it for
now
you.
You gotta manage the personalities, and you gotta deal with, the people. If it don't work out, they're gonna look at you.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So that's a dope thing. So how is it managing your personal time, right? With having a business, because having a business, will take up a lot of your time because, of course, you're the top of the food chain. Like you got to do everything. When somebody don't show up, you getting phone calls in the middle of the night. You know what I mean? You got PPO? You got PPO? You can't just be calling out. You ain't got sick. You got your own business. Like talk to them.
So
like
I'm with you.
How do you do that?
So do not get into business if you're a personal time thinker. There's no personal time. Like, do not come outside if you want personal time. The best thing I can do is tell you to be prepared. Prepare, organize, review, revise, repeat. Review, revise, repeat every day. That don't mean whether it be your scheduling, your advertising, or how you run your day.
You're a big acronym boy.
You always want to review, revise, repeat what you have going on. And this is how you get to know, all right, who's going on. People show behavior characteristics way before it happened. I'm not a psychic. but I know what's going on. When people try to line you up for whatever call out, what's going on. And the more you pay attention to your business, then you get to live your life inside of there, because it's not a personal time, it's my lifestyle. I was going to check up on you anyway. I didn't worry about you calling out. I never really trusted you anyway. Okay. And it's like always having it in the mindset that I'm on top of it. I already know that when things go wrong, the email coming to me, the phone call coming to me. So the way I plan my day out, so we got TillmanCare CCC, okay, and it's called compassionate concern communication. Okay. And that's the thing, one of the young ladies that I gave an award to today for being so much on board, for helping with compassionate concern communication. And this is for all the people as far as clients, where they could send an email, hey, Mr. Tillman, the trash can wasn't picked up. Hey, Mr. Tillman, X, Y, and Z wasn't done, the alarm wasn't put on. And it's just, I don't want people to think that, hey, they don't have a direct line towards me. You could send an email to TillmanCare CCC, concern, compassion, communication, and this way we'll be able to get right back to you immediately. We don't want to be overwhelmed with our personal email with all the things that's going on. Mm-hmm. So again, once again, how do you separate your personal time from your work life? Having a plan for it. You got to have a plan for everything that's going on, whether it be the employees or the new contracts or the accounts. You want to make sure that you could be able to manage the accounts so they're not getting on your nerves along as with the employees.
That's dope. Today I was a part of your Employee Appreciation Day, man, and I think that that's great that you're doing that. A lot of people don't see the importance of showing appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not a fan of dictatorship. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? When you're working for a company or you're working for someone and they want to dictate. No, you want to teach people to be independent. And also you want to encourage people and you want to show people their value. And today, I just want to give you your flowers. I seen that, this is the second time you invited me here to create the content around your event. And both days I see that, you have a great vision. Mm-hmm. You Appreciate know what I'm saying? That. Like, you want to encourage people and you want people to see that, you see what I'm doing, you could do it too.
This is for everybody.
A lot of people want to dictate and they want to be the biggest, brightest star in the room.
Right.
But there's enough space out here for everybody to shine. You don't got to be the only star in the room.
You ain't got to be the only one.
I mean? So I want to give you flowers for that, man. What would you say to encourage someone who wanted to start their own business?
Don't listen to nobody. Everybody gonna think you crazy. Don't listen to nobody. That vision was given to you for a reason. That's a vision for you to bring to life. And if you're not thinking big enough and they're not calling you crazy, then you're not really actually living inside your dream. It should be so big that people think that he's off the rocker. I don't know what he's talking about. And it should that's what I encourage anybody that want to get out here. Stay in your imagination, live there, and work on it.
That's dope, man. Denzel Washington said, there's no such thing as a plan B. You know what I mean? Have a plan A. Yeah. That's kind of fearful for me, but like having just a plan A, just having just the one thing that you want to do and there's nothing else. So, and I got a homie, man, Q Touch Photography. Shout out to Q Touch Photography. He has his own photography business or whatever. Y'all got to follow him on Instagram. Q_Touch Photography. And one of the things that he told me was like, whatever it is that you want to do, hyper focus on it. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Focus on that and don't let nothing else get in your way. Just almost kind of like having tunnel vision or whatever. You know what I mean? So my next question is, what would you say to the youth in terms of like your upbringing and the things that you had to go through in life? What do you think you could say to the youth that you may have wanted to do different based upon knowing where you at now, your upbringing, now that you're a man, from a young man to a man that you are today, what would you tell the youth?
Listen to your mom. Listen to your folks, man. Real rap. I'm a good cleaner, but I didn't learn how to clean from a book. My mom taught me how to clean. My mom used to wake me up on a Saturday. I'm supposed to clean the house on a Saturday. And if I hurry up and put the clothes away, she'd wipe the dust off the TV and wake me up, knocking on my head. You see this? And it's like, what? How you watching TV on a dirty TV? Mm-hmm. Folding up my clothes. I wasn't able to put my clothes in the closet and not without folding the ones under it. And it's just like having that good work ethic, being more morally sound. not going outside and chasing the thing all my wants. And it's just like, no, like if people's telling you what to do, and you should always do it. Like we are born and brought up with this right sound judgment of what we should and shouldn't be doing. Even if we wasn't taught it, we are born with that understanding of right and wrong, and stay on the right path and continue to stay there and push that margin as far as you can push it.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. That's what I tell my kids. Like I tell my kids, sometimes you might not like what I'm saying, but listen to what I'm saying. Cause I love you more than anybody else that you can imagine. Like I know you, we got aunts and uncles that love you, you know, my moms and grandmoms and things of that nature. But ultimately, your parents, they got you, man. They love you, man. And you're gonna be sick of the stuff that they're saying to you. But when you really one day later on in life, you're gonna sit back and be like, damn, my mom and my dad told me that. You know what I'm saying? Because you only got one mom, one dad. You gotta appreciate it. You know, so that's definitely a dope jump.
Let me jump back to another question that you asked today. You said, what was some advice would I give an entrepreneur to move forward in entrepreneurship? And I wanted to be big that sometimes you got to do what you got to do what you want to do. And I'm good at cleaning.
Say that again.
You got to do what you got to do to be able to get to do what you want to do. And I don't want to be known as the cleaner. You know what I mean? Like I am good at cleaning. I do have a cleaning company, but cleaning also, I clean hard enough to be able to work for tomorrow. I clean hard enough to make sure like, hey, I'll be able to deal with this because I have something else coming. Through that pure consistency, Rosebud Academy was able to be born. We was able to open up a school. From there, we were able to build and buy properties. And it's being able to do what I gotta do to get where I want to be. I want to be known for a businessman, not for, hey, he owns a business. Now I own several businesses that's functionally running well and that are lucrative. You know what I mean? And it's just like, in order for you to be able to get there, you have to be able to stick to the original thought of what you're good at. Because you might be good at a lot of different things. I might be good at picking out colors and selling houses and all that. I might be good at opening up schools and all that, but I'm great at cleaning. I can do that without blinking. And it's just, I was able to do that to be able to put my money to do other things where I don't have to be there all day long.
So basically what you're saying is the thing that you're good at, do it.
There you go.
Don't run from what your natural abilities and skills are. If it's something that you're good at or you know you enjoy doing, don't run from it.
Don't run from it.
Don't run from it.
And 90% of the time, the stuff that we enjoy doing and good at, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? You always like try to like, hey, I'm going right for the gusto. And it's like, no, do what you're good at until you get to where you at to be able to build and grow. You know what I mean? You might be LeBron James, hell of a businessman, great business all over, but he does basketball first. And that's the easiest thing that he know how to do.
Yeah.
He know how to dribble, shoot, make layups, and carry a team as far as that. But outside of that, it's an ultimate businessman. He has more than, he has agents, everything. And it's just like being able to understand, like, yo, do what you're best at first, and then let everything else come to you. Let it evolve into where that imagination is going. Let's go along with that planning and being ahead.
Yeah, that's like one of my strengths, weaknesses, I will say, because to be honest, you ever hear somebody say a jack of all trades and a master of none? They actually, that terminology is actually wrong. It goes like, it's better to be a jack of all trades than a master of one. That's the real saying. If you Google it, look it up. So it's actually better to be good at a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, you gotta focus on the one thing to get you to be able to, like, once you develop that one thing that made you successful, then you can move on to the next thing. Like, I know how to do a lot of different shit.
I know you as August Films. I know you're an awesome filmmaker.
Yeah.
I know that you're a great editor. Yeah. I know that you know how to sit down with people, grab their content, get their idea, and put it in front of them. And it's just like, that's heavy work right there. So like you got to be 10 times better than what you already displaying.
I will say that I like to encourage people. You know, I'm realizing that I like to, encourage people. I like to sit down and talk with people, pick people's minds. You know, I like conversation.
Right.
I really enjoy this.
Right.
Like I really, really enjoy this. And on a filming set, when you said you know me as, filming or whatever, like that's what I enjoy to do as well. I'm actually working on a movie called Wake Up.
Okay.
We're killing ourselves.
Okay.
And just from the title alone, you can see that there's a message.
Right.
I like to put out a good message. You know
right.
what I'm saying?
I see that too.
Yeah.
You're getting there.
You're like, we don't want no negativity, you know, we want positive energy, you know, around us at all times, you know what I mean? The biggest thing for me is just right now moving into 2025 is just being accountable. Just hold myself accountable.
There you
You know
go.
what I mean? Accountability is very, very important, you know what I'm saying? So is there anything you want to say to the people or any other thing you want to elaborate more on the conversation here?
I just want the people to know to stay tuned. I just want to continue to help people and be a part of others' lives. And thank you for being a part of mine.
Give them your tag. Where can they follow you at on Instagram, Facebook, and all of the things like that?
Well, you can find me at 215-617-8220.
Say that again.
That's 215-617-8220. Don't hesitate, don't wait.
Yeah.
Dial that number and I'll be there at your service.
Yeah.
But if you can't dial it, you can find me on TillmanCare at TillmanCare.com. You can find me on Instagram at TillmanCare. And that's it. But the easiest, fastest way to get to me is at 215-617-8220. Call me now. I'll pick up personally. Don't wait till I got answering machines put on the phone.
Y'all know what it is. Stay focused. Stay grounded. BSMNT Talk.